Okay, after a resounding clapback from EDG there in Game 3 here, we've entered Game 4, and Galio getting banned out? That seems a little strange. I guess they're trying to super pin down Cryan there. Well, yeah, and Viper was pretty critical in the last game, I would say. Super powerful, not to be trifled with. And now Twisted Fate getting banned out as well. Then that ends up being a big question of what they're going to worry about here, because right now Yumi's not banned. Yeah, Yumi is not banned in this one with what Freak pointed out. So who ends up taking the Yumi, if at all? Because Yumi's had basically like 100% presence in this tournament since we entered into the main stage group, phase. And right now, Yumi has just disappeared. I don't think any of the LPL teams can really play it. So it might end up being a moot point I'm making. But the Aphelios on Gala, which is done quite well. And are we going to see sort of the Leona matchup? Are we going to see RNG secure another mid laner here? Because Scout has gotten his rise, and being as the main understudy of the Demon King Faker from years ago, he should be more than apt to pick up this champion and own the map with it. Wei going to pick up his Jarvan, which I believe he was one of the first we saw actually perform a very good Jarvan out of the jungle. And there's the Yuumi that we were mentioning. Was not available. Could be picked up right now. It just ends up being a question of, do you take the Yuumi here and then give Ming the Lulu? And is that even an idea that RNG have? And then Scout getting the misfortune for Viper. Alright, that looks like it's going to be the case. So, do we see the support matchup here coming through? Cryan, he's going to bring out the Annie again here. That did not work out all too well in Game 3, I believe it was. So, this should end up being another very interesting situation here. Yeah, that's not very good base stats there for Annie. Has gotten picked once in this whole tournament and has not won at all. JJ's Olaf going to be taken away, which would be a very scary pairing with the Yuumi. Kiana could be up and available. Talon could be doable for this as well, providing like kind of some frontline with the Gore Drinker and the Yuumi attachment that also can do quite a bit of damage. And they got to get rid of probably some of these engaged supports. The Rakan has been a very highly prioritized pick. Leona would be another one, although it doesn't really provide a lot of sort of defenses or at least easy peel, I guess, for a character like Aphelios. There goes the Poppy. So getting, well, it seems a little, well, getting rid of, I guess, another frontliner that JJ could definitely pick up. That would actually be pretty good at preventing at least Wei from getting anything useful done in a fight. And there goes the Rel. So Leona up and available, but Leona's kind of disappeared from the prio list at this point. Used to be kind of the best engaged support on the bot side, but I think it's just evolved into where we have, if one team picks the Enchanter, the other team's probably going to pick an Enchanter as well. And the Lulu, as I mentioned, is going to be picked up now. So the counterplay that we're looking for is going to be sort of putting the Whimsy on to Mako as he's jumping in between champions to try to like just turn him into a squirrel instead of a cat. So he's actually targetable, CC'd out of his free jumping around rotation. And Flandre going to get his Graves once again, which has done him very well. It's ended up being a very very powerful pick, except for when it ends up being camped relentlessly, which RNG did do in this series, but not exactly to fruition in I think it was Game 2. Plenty of dives onto the man, but didn't really allow them to take over the rest of the map here. And JJ going to get his Xin Zhao. Not too much trouble there. And Zhao Hu going to pick up the Kennen. I think this is going to be the first time we're going to see Kennen in this series. And first time we're going to see Kennen in a while. This does put a lot of the team fight power, I would say, into RNG's favor. They do have sort of that wombo combo ability of, you know, it's like Flag Drag, Cataclysm, throw the Maelstrom on top of them, Tibbers Explosion on them as well. Could be pretty devastating. I just also think that we've been in such a wombo combo, you know, sort of meta, or at least it's not even the meta. It's that it's such a prominent, easy pick, especially when you have the Jarvan involved to just rebuild the terrain around a target, that most teams have become, especially Eastern teams, have become very good at positioning themselves to where you might get one, but you're definitely not going to get the one that can't get themselves out of that cataclysm.
They let Flandre get Graves again. His Graves is undefeated in the series, I believe, and we'll see if it's going to be 3 in a row. We talk about RNG letting bot lane do this matchup. Actually brings me back to an interview that Gala did when he halfway through the spring split for RNG, where it's like, I was so excited to join RNG, a team that always puts all of their resources into one player. It was Uzi, and then I join and it's Xiao, who, what is this, man? What's going on? And it feels like, again, maybe for RNG, it's just send that down towards the bottom half of the map.
And it probably would be a better play for them to send it all the way down to bottom half of the year. Zhao, who can get a lot done here with the Kennen and can end up really like swinging team fights massively with his Maelstrom. For right now, Wei. Oh, he's going to get tagged up here a bit. There's not much to really like hold him down. So I think he's going to have to flash this. The damage from Flandre and company is going to be more than enough. And that'll be a free flash out of Wei. So gank potential for the next like 4 minutes is going to be pretty much null. But that shouldn't be too bad. If anything, this should actually prompt for someone to try to go in and actually take, like, for an invade, I would think, more than prevent him from having any good ganks off, or like the flash follow on his flag drag combo to secure the knockup. But we haven't really seen a lot of those early ganks here. It's been very rare for any like level 2 sort of cheese ganks here at Worlds. He's going to make it on out. Flandre's going to be here to actually just sort of tag him up. They've got vision on him, so Cryan's trying to stick around to help this out. And Wei started with his flag. Yeah, Flandre just being a little bit of a pest. Going to make it on over, so not too much trouble there. Cryan's going to really have to really help out Wei with this red buff, which kind of means that, yeah, Gala and Cryan are basically not going to have the prio that they want in the early parts of this laning phase. So EDG with the power, with the prio, going to be able to actually keep some CS from the ADC and the mid laner. So kind of a pretty good win there for EDG early on with that invade. They get the flash down onto Wave. They've also provided for Scout and Viper to have, and Mako to have like full control of their waves here. Flandre is also just auto pushing Zhao, who he's gonna have a much easier time clearing out the waves than the Kennen. The range match, making it a range to range matchup does make the trading a little bit easier for Zhao Hu. But the wave clear is always going to be in Flandre's favor. Just, you know, Qs and autos are just much easier to put out than having to try to run through, dodge all the shotgun shots, and zap the minion wave.
Makes it very easy for JJ to play the game. Potentially could even just double scuttle here with where Wei is on the map. Wei going to consistently have to look to play to the opposite side, pull out some of these unexpected ganks, but not even having the flash, so a lot of that power being taken away as well. they're even gonna check it. EDG are just so ready for what RNG can do.
Oh, Scout's here though, and the flag drag has knocked up him, crying with his flash, but that's gonna be a flash off of Scout here. It's actually a little bit of an unfortunate trade up here. They're Scout and EDG trying to confirm or at least get this Scuttle Crab prepped for Way, but unfortunately RNG wise to the situation. Way ends up finding a Scout in the river without help and ends up burning the flash for free. No other summoner spells needed to be spent, and we're probably within like a minute until Way will have his flash up, so he'll be able to, he won't even probably need it, but he'll be able to actually get a pretty good gank opportunity on to Scout, and that may be around when level 6 has arrived. So there's some good potential for a gank mid here to Cryan's usually not who that you'd want to index into on this team, but the opportunity is there, I would say. And now here's a lot of trade here onto Viper, and he's going to be in trouble here. They're trying to actually get all the shields and all the heals onto him, but it's not really going to be enough. And there goes the kill over to Gala here. JJ has arrived, but here comes the teleport. Heals are going to be gone. Gala's going to go down here, but the second teleport here, and I think Xiaohu has gone a little bit too far here. Yumi is still attached and free and ready for this. It's going to be a second kill going over to JJ, and EDG are just reacting and playing this out so much better here. And now with that teleport spent from Xiaohu, that was pretty much for not just baiting in the entire bot lane of RNG to die. Flandra's going to get time with this turret. So they're trying to trade forward to this, but like Gala and Ming just know that they could actually chase this one down, and they just take them. Like full level 3 on side of RNG is just going to be a huge powerhouse. Gala does go down, and Ming will eventually go down. But EDG are just ready and prepped to actually just make the turn, bring the fight to them, and kind of just wipe this bot lane. And big kills on the way just means that like the gank and counter ganks are going to be just that much more potent. His clearing speed's going to be increased, so his availability to affect the map is going to be way up compared to Way. And now Way's here, and I think he's about to be the target of JJ's affections. He's going to make it out. Flash forced out there by JJ. Way's being very good at collecting flashes. He's gotten 2 out for not really a lot. Like the flag and drag threat is way higher than most would expect here, and I think they might know that Way's on his way over. I'm gonna get traded out, but try and actually get a victory over here to the bots. They're trying to sway this over, but it's not really getting anywhere just yet.
Predator active coming up at level 6. This is the point where Annie really wants to get her first kill.
Yeah, level 6, no flash on Scout, so this is going to be a perfect opportunity for Way and Cryan to get themselves a kill, get themselves a big advantage, get some turret plates onto Cryan. I really hope they actually get this play off, honestly, because it should be such a free situation if they're tracking and they're getting there and they have their timings down. And they're tracking the cooldowns properly. Yeah, right now Cryan actually has his wave on his side of the field, of the lane, so it should permit Scout to have to overextend a bit. And look, here's Way. Looking through it, they want to be able to find this. He has not been spotted. Cryan's been going around, and I think Scout's wise to this. They might actually be going to look for JJ right now. Q, auto, and that's going to be locked in, and now the damage is going to be up and available. The turn on the damage is going to be pretty strong here from Scout. He's going to try to go in onto this, but Ming has arrived, and he's going to actually be able to ult himself. Oh, and he's going to die out. The trade damage from Scout is enough to secure at least 1 kill being traded back. Ming with flash available. Don't know why I didn't use that. No, wait. Is that? I think his flash is still on cooldown. Yeah, I think his flash might still be on cooldown. But RNG with a proactive play, gonna be able to get themselves some kills, but Flandre gets this. Nah, he's just gonna heal off the Herald and leave.
Some key ultimates are down though, so could be a bit of a rough one for RNG without the Tibbers and without the Cataclysm.
Ryan TP'd to mid in a wave that Gala and Ming were already farming, but they want to fight for the Rift Herald. That's why. Wards are down.
Rift Herald fight here, 9 o'clock. It's going to be brought down to half, but there comes the bullet time across, and Wei forced to run away. A lot of cooldowns not available. Tibbers and Cataclysm not available here. Maelstrom, though, from Xiaohu could be a big game changer, and it's going to be actually a jump in. Stolen away here, and now exhaust put on the Xiaohu. He's not really able to reach in here. They've gotten the knock-up on to JJ, and he's going to try to start running away here. Flange is going to have to flash over the wall, and RNG kind of taking over and winning this fight right now. Now they need to try to see if they need to find their way out. Stun on a Scout, but no one's really able to jump onto that opportunity. And Gala just getting these chakrams, getting some good poke out with the auto attacks.
They do push them out towards the top side of the Herald though, so Dragon's transition could have been open. They're going for blue buff possibly here instead.
And they're just going to try to kill this wave and just back off here, so the Dragon will not be secured, even though the opportunity was there.
Kobe, you're a former pro jungler. Like, I just don't know how he comes back.
He's back in it. Confidence booster.
And we are going to see here, going to go straight into the replay. RNG were obviously setting up for this play top. They realize they're spotted, but that also means they spot out where JJ is.
Yeah.
Tibbers into the
But the damage turnaround from the two of them, from Scout and JJ, is actually pretty nutty. Flash right there. That's where Ming should have flashed. I think he was also, yeah, like he should have just flashed away right then, just actually make sure he didn't get that didn't give that kill over.
After how bad the last two games looked, the early games were catastrophic for them. Feeling a bit better. We know their team fighting is outstanding. We know they can fight from a deficit. Fighting from a win, from a lead, is how they won game one. See if they can make that one happen. Bot lane, equal in CS. Lulu able to at least equalize what Yumi puts in the laning phase, and it means they are not bleeding out down there. The question is going to be...
Rooted up here.
Gala not quite...
Last chapter, and gonna be able to get the final sort of proc, but not much else to really be done with that. So wait, ult kind of wasted. It's gonna force Gala back for a second, but yeah. Alright, Drake still not taking it. It's gonna be a super late soul if this game ends up going to a soul point. Because right now we're like 11 minutes into the game here. We have yet to even have our first Drake taken. Which would put us at like, what, 4 by 5? So like 20 minutes. So like 31 minutes could be like the earliest Drake, like at this exact moment.
CS discrepancy, farming just a little bit quicker, so he was able to full clear from blue all the way down to red as well, come right back out off this purchase.
I think we're actually seeing RNG, yep, try to actually take over this area of the map here around Bot River. Trying to really kind of keeping Gala a little bit safer. But yep, here comes the Dragon start. So it'll be about 12-minute start. EDG sniffing this one out. I think they might actually want to come for this here. Teleport's available for the top laners. So 4v4 right now. Drake's getting reset. RNG, are they might be actually giving this one away, or just, yep, so it's just going to be a neutral situation. Herald's going to be dropped bot. They've actually forced a disadvantaged rotation out from RNG with that, and they're going to get a free charge off uncontested and get another nice batch of turret plates onto Gala, which would be pretty strong, pretty powerful. Bullet time across to actually prevent any further dives onto JJ, but that's going to be a turnaround, and Ming's going to be forced to flash and ult himself to get away from the rest of this, but Scout's here to follow. The teleport's going to come in here. This is going to be probably both top laners. Oh, and that's going to be a big turn. Xiaohu secured the kill onto Scout here. This is going to be a turn around. Turret JJ is going down right on the edge of the Maelstrom. Double kill over for Xiaohu right now. Flandre is going to be next in line for trouble, and no one inside of RNG has died yet. Wei's looking for the catch. He's going to actually force up and flashing the wrong way from Viper. He's flashed into that. It's going to be one traded out. Big shutdown. Nice shutdown gold over to Viper, but this is going to be a fantastic cleanup here. Kills across the board here. 2 kills actually on Lulu, which less than ideal, but now they should be able to actually, the 3 of them, finish off this turret and really take this game to the next level here. Big gold lead coming in for this. First brick going to go over to RNG. 5,000 gold lead for them at like 13 minutes into the game. Yeah, and at this point, Wei was calling for help. And now the bullet time comes across the bow. It doesn't really get a lot done here. They get a lot of damage onto Ming, but he's able to survive with the jump, with the flash over. And now they just turn and they just take out Mako and Scout. Like, the teleport in was like, okay, but there's not really a lot of ability to follow from Flandre, Viper, and the rest of EDG. And then at this point, a 2v5, it's going to be a dive. Flandre trying to actually like stop or tenderize the situation to at least secure a kill over, so he actually helps get that trade, but it was kind of done and done here. Scout getting stunned out, not really allowed to teleport out, trying to look for a clever play, but RNG doesn't let it happen. And RNG in control of here. We're starting to get prepped here for a game 5. RNG have not been less than proper and being able to secure their wins, secure their leads, and carry them forward. Because this is much better than what they did in that last game, where they bullied and punished and killed Flandre like 6 times, but weren't really able to convert it into more gold, into like objective gold across the map. So it's looking very good for RNG right now. EDG in a little bit of trouble. In just a little bit of trouble right now. Gale Force and a few long swords are the difference between Gala and Viper right now. Kind of just when the R goes down is going to be the biggest difference here. And a 20 to 30 CS gold leader for Flandre, but he's about to get caught out here. Maelstrom's going to come. Wei is going to arrive here to help like secure this one. I think they're just going to run him down here. Flandre is going to try to heal himself up, running away. Fleet Footwork is going to be able to help him out quite a bit. He's going to use the flash. I think he wants to force the ultimate out, but Wei not going to have any problems with it. Maybe Flandre thought he didn't have enough mana for it, but it's going to be a moot point. Now EDG going to get the cross map here. JG going to take down the Herald. And RNG not really with much else to really do with this. I think they're just going to trade out this mid turret. Viper and Mako just giving it over. Kind of backing off since their jungler is preoccupied elsewhere and Scout is topside. EDG opting into a 1-3-1 to maybe, I guess, match or at least make sure none of the split push options really come to fruition.
I also want to go back to earlier when you brought up the coaching, because, thinking between series, a lot of people might not realize, but you don't actually have time to talk about, hey, what do we adapt in terms of gameplay? You only have 4 minutes. You pretty much only have time to talk about, hey, what can we change in terms of draft? So nice to see RNG, they pivot with draft, and their players have worked around it so nicely in terms of playing around their bottom side, and even some nice rotations back and forth between mid and bottom over the past few minutes.
Yeah, I mean, Xiaohu not playing for split, not playing for 1v1, playing a champion that destroys team fights. And has destroyed team fights all worlds long.
Yeah, this has basically like been the great departure in at least for game 4 here. Because Xiaohu usually would want to be going for that split push. Irelia has kind of disappeared from the meta in this series. And now, yeah, we end up with the cannon for Xiaohu. I think we're about to have a bot side. I think we're just staying around the geography of bot side, even though the AD carriers are in mid lane. Scout's about to bring in everyone on the underside of this, and this might actually be a little stranger. Herald's going to get dropped. And now Crying, I think he's going to get shut down. He's out of here. Wei's going to jump in to actually put some damage out here. He's going to actually kill Scout here. Credit goes over to Crying. And now this is actually turning around into a very difficult situation here. That's a 1-for-1 trading of mid laners.
It's actually a complete swap of what we saw in the last game, where EDG are the ones completely tunneling in on one side of the map. RNG are like, fine, I'll get gold on the opposite side. Really nice play coming out from Wei, though, to lock numerous members down and buy Gala and Ming enough time to make it. Again, the script is completely swapped, guys.
Yeah, and the problem is that at that point, like, Xiaohu didn't have his teleport up, so he just was forced into a split push situation. He could not follow it, and Flandre was already there.
How well do you recollect from this one? Because, I mean, Wei played
This teleport across here, I love dropping the Herald for it, and Flandre just has to kite back for this. He's not really in any true danger, and now JJ just gets deep in there, trying to actually get Wei down. The one traded kill is actually pretty acceptable.
Guess what? Lulu has arrived to save his life. Well done, soldier.
Really nice from Megan. It's even better when questioning him, hey, can Ming really pull off Enchanter supports? Do LPL teams overall feel comfortable pulling off Enchanter supports, where the league is much more aggressive, has always been more about tank and engage, even when maybe an LCK or
This was the big question we actually had at the start of draft here, is whether or not any of these LPL teams could even like take advantage of the Enchanter meta that's sort of taken over this tournament from the LCK teams, who we know have plenty of discipline to do that and can play a variety of styles.
the LPL about why they don't like it, and they said it's because they feel like they can't contest River early, Freak. That's so important over in the LPL.
I concur. As a jungler, crabs are important. Yep. Get that river control. Obviously can depend on matchup. In this case, though, surviving the 2-on-2 has allowed RNG to take control of the game, and that's been fun to see because we are heading straight forward right into a game 5. RNG.
Yeah, this is looking pretty clear cut at this point. We're looking for like a Herculean like upset effort here from EDG at one of these major objectives. We're still far ways away from a soul. 20 seconds till the next Drake comes up. No team really prioritizing it just yet. Yeah, JJ topside.
Always have a very critical eye on which players can keep their composure in these extremely
Baron has arrived.
RNG when they need it the most. Elimination match are definitely delivering. This dragon number 2 here, it's not
I think this might actually just go right over to Way for free here. On spawn, Way's on the Drake. EDG is kind of prioritized topside. Not really for much of anything. They're not going to be able to take the Baron. They can actually secure all the vision and such. But this should transition into like Zhao Hu and Gala getting a lot done. Perhaps even on this turret.
But this time Viper is here. They're not going to let it keep happening.
I like this. So, second dragon picked up. Even if you beeline the dragons, we're looking at a 31-minute soul. I expect a lot of this game to be decided before that 31-minute mark. Half these games have been won before that point in time. So certainly not going to be a huge factor, as you pointed out here, Kobe. We do have a quick stopwatch for Xiaohu, but I'm expecting the full AP build. That has been the one taken over at Worlds, and I think it suits the champions so much better. If you're landing the ult, they're all stunned anyway. Why bother going gold? They're all dead.
I feel like thinking about this, right? Because we're talking about Xiaohu and the team fighting from RNG. Thinking about how EDG can find a way back into the game would be, in my mind, finding picks on side lanes. JJ and Scout comboing to find kills onto Cryan. EDG have never really been that kind of team that looked for those sorts of plays. We can see that this series as well, that in terms of comboing their side laner with their mid combination, they're not very good at the ebb and flow of push and pull. So I'm curious to see if EDG will be able to find side lane picks, or if they're just going to wait and hope they can find a big team fight with the Yumin with the bullet time.
Yeah, plus very big.
Yeah, they kind of, yeah.
Pull that off is that you have to make those.
It's not really clear they're going to be really going for pushing for any skirmishes to try to at least win like 3v3s or 2v2s.
Roaming around, shielding people, buying time for people.
We are kind of prepping ourselves for a big fight here in the jungle, which would really, if Viper can make his way over here, this could actually be a very dangerous situation. He has arrived. RNG might want to get out of here. They do trade out a good bit of damage onto JJ, but he's got the Yumi on him.
Okay, EDG are allowed their wolves. I mean, I understand it, right? There's a camp up. RNG must contest. Yeah, I mean, the biggest advantage that RNG have right now is to try and draw EDG to the Baron.
Grind's coming in for this, actually. It's going to be a stun there on the JJ, but he's going to be able to get his Crescent Guard up in time to actually protect him from the play out. Now Xiaohu's going to be forced into a situation. He's going to Maelstrom in here to try to get the stun out onto Scott. He's got to trade out quite a bit of damage here, and Cryan has arrived as well here. Tibber's going to go take care of Flandre while they hunt down Scout. Xiaohu is low, is in a bit of dangerous position, but the second round of stun's going to come through. Xiaohu's going to confirm the kill. Wave clear from Tibber's going to be appreciated. Wei is going to drop Flandre and by proxy Mako into the Cataclysm, but they will be able to quick draw out of that. And now RNG with the answer. Able to actually make the play here. This turret's going to go down, and at this point, it's looking like a wallet smack.
Yeah, and it goes back to something that we've been hitting on a lot, right? Is like communication between team and planning out these plays. That RNG are always ready, no matter if they're driving.
Yeah, the fight is. I think there was a discussion I was hearing on a talk show where there's sort of a difference between how Western teams versus Eastern teams, and it's very clear just in this example, like how prepared every player on the team is to fight at any given moment. And like it's very clear here, like Xiaohu's getting ready and getting into this, like on the 1v2 here, and Cryan's already prepared to just jump in, teleport in, and help like secure the situation here. And we sadly missed this in the West, but this is a fantastic moment to where like both teams are just looking for the fight, are prepared for a fight at a moment's notice. There's no like question, there's no delay in the teleport, there's no delay in making the moves to get towards the fight, to make the influence, to swing the change, to even for at least what EDG right now, to swing the sort of back in their favor, because right now they're looking at like a 6,000 gold deficit, and RNG with 2 Drakes, third Drake's going to be up in a minute and a half. EDG are looking for something of a miracle right now. It's kind of where you can appreciate these plays that they're making. Unfortunately, like there's just not a lot of the turns aren't turning around as much as they might want. Oh, crying with Predator looking for it. He's not going to be able to cast onto anything. JJ and Viper get out. The mid prize is going to go over to RNG. EDG going to have to inch themselves forward. Where does RNG want to go here? Because there's about 30 seconds till this Mountain Drake comes up. Mountain Soul, Mountain Rift is the current state of things. Yeah, both TPs, actually all TPs are up except for Cryans right now after that last play. Yeah, and Xiaohu has arrived, so we're ready for this 5v5 here. Everyone is in attendance, and EDG pretty much are aware they need to fight this and need to try to win this fight, steal this Drake, something, if they want to keep buying time for them to come through here. But now there's going to be the jump on over onto Flandre. Mako's actually going to go down before him. Flandre's super low here, and Waze is actually going to finish off both of them by himself. Bullet time through, but it's going to have to be cut short here. And now Xiaohu just pushing through, super tanky with the wild growth. And yeah, RNG take the fight, take out the jungler, the top laner, and the support here. Scout and Viper might actually just want to go on over. They're going to teleport in. They're going to take the Drake here, delay the soul, or at least the priming for the soul point by another 5 minutes. But RNG are going to take the Baron, and this should set them up perfectly to take the next Drake and also take out any amount of turrets that are remaining on the field. There's probably about 2 left. And then probably even like penetrate EDG's base, getting him down. So RNG looking quite primed to take this game 4.
Really nice to see for RNG. And no matter how this one keeps going, guys, right? Looks like we're going to get 5 games, which is always
Oh yeah, the comeback potential for EDG is so minuscule right now, because we're only 26 minutes in here. We need to get past 30 minutes for like the gold income of both teams, the total gold income to at least be comparable and perhaps even able for EDG to contest, but it's just not there right now. About a whole half item ahead. What is that? 3,000 gold lead in the AD carry, 600 in mid lane, nothing too crazy there. 2.2 thousand or whatnot in jungle, and a solid like 3k gold lead for Xiaohu over Flandre right now. This is getting pretty dire right now. 3-0-5 on Xiaohu, 5-1-8 for Wei. There is an incredible amount of gold distribution in the right areas right now. Like Xiaohu is nuclear with that kind of gold on him. I think he's sitting at like 12k total. That's gonna be a stun on JJ. Is gonna be in a little bit of trouble here. Gonna leave his crescent guard, but he's actually gonna go in here. Bullet time, max range, but Ming's gonna be able to actually flash himself out of that. Way's gonna go on into the middle of this. Tibbers is also fighting with. He's gonna use a stopwatch to buy a bit of time here, and Way's gonna be plenty of healed up here, and that's gonna be a wipe here for dead Flandre at 1 health. There's gonna be no chance. We're going to game 5 here. Get that Silver Scrapes music out, and this is going to be the final decider here. Will EDG be able to recover from this game here? And will RNG be able to upset expectation? Because EDG's summer champions fighting against the RNG spring champions, and RNG are going to actually get this set up. Let's get going to game 5, everyone.